Okay, hello everyone. This episode we were supposed to be working on our business bronze anvil and getting our armor. Well, that has changed because of this charcoal pit. I thought I had it configured correctly, but I waited one full in-game day and it wasn't doing anything. I came to check and we don't have charcoal yet. And then I did some research. Well, we messed up big time on that. The pit actually has to be surrounded on all sides besides for the bottom with the logs. So I have to actually put the fire pit right there instead of right there, which is no big problem. We'll just do it again and do that. Make sure everything is filled. So we're just gonna do that. Oh, good thing I made a second fire starter. Those three. Get that lit. Quickly put those in. Quickly. Oh fuck! I messed up. Oh man, I messed up. Ow. Oh, yep, and that's what happens if you don't do it in time. Oh, I'm going to die. I'm going to die. Oh god. Oh god. Okay, so that's what happens if you don't do it within 20 seconds. It all burns up, and I'm thinking that I'm going to lose everything over there. All because of that. Oh man. Oh man. Let's quickly get over there. Oh man, everything's burning. Everything is burning. Uh, see? Nope. Come on. No, stop it. Stop burning. Let's see. I didn't get my dirt. Let's see if I can salvage this quickly. Let's see. I might have been able to salvage it. I'm not entirely sure yet, though. We'll have to wait and see. 'Cause I don't want to go in there. But it looks like it is burning now. Hopefully it's going to work. And hopefully we'll get charcoal. But since we aren't going to be working on that today, I have another plan. It's going to be a building. It's going to be a building episode. I'm not that good at it, but try it anyways. I gotta work on this roof actually, which I'm going to start. I'm thinking about just doing this type of roof style. Well, at least test it out. So we'll see how that goes. Basically, I'm just going to be building and talking. And I don't think these are affected by gravity as much. And I've also made about 4 of these chisels because we are going to go through a lot of them. And hopefully by the time that is done, we'll have a pretty good amount because I only have 28 basalt. And what I also want to do is I want this roof to actually overhang maybe about to here, which is going to be a big problem if I make a room over there. So, you know what, I think I will have the roof only come out for here, and then we'll wait over there for the room expansion if I do get one. And I also want this to overhang by 1 over here. So I actually got to get down because I want to make a crafting table first. So I just need my saw, that's all I need. Let's get this saw. And I need to remake my crafting table because of the little incident right there. But there we go. Make 1. There we go. We got the crafting table sorted out. So basically, how this chisel works is you can change the modes. That makes this stone like a smooth stone, like I don't have it. It makes smooth stone into like a fancier smooth stone. I don't have. We'll just waste 1 just to see. But basically, just take it, have the mode on, right click it. Okay. I'm not sure why it's not. Okay, I can't change anything. Oh. Okay. It should be L for unlock mode. Because basically, when you're working with a block, you can change it so it locks or unlocks. I believe that's the key, the L keys for that, but it's not actually letting me. Wonder what it's actually trying to change. Let me check one thing. Controls, cycle, yeah, L is for lock tool, so I'm not sure why it isn't. Oh, maybe I gotta put it into detail mode and then unlock it. Let's just see if that did it. Nope. Okay, for some reason it is locked onto here. Or it's not. What block is it locked onto? Okay. This is actually not good because I'm not sure what to do if this isn't unlocking. Yes, why you not unlock? Okay. Yeah. Um, yeah. I'm not entirely sure. So I'll have to be right back, I guess, to see why this chisel isn't working. Okay, and I'm back. I forgot. We can't do anything because we don't have a hammer. You always have to have a hammer with a chisel. So, now that that's fixed, you can see that yes, now we can actually take away stuff. And now, we can actually check to see what, this, basically you take a piece of smooth stone, and it turned into this smooth, extra smooth stone, I would call it, maybe. But now, we can actually use this to do what we want. Now, we want detailed mode. So we got the changing of the rock type. Now we got stairs mode, half slab mode, which takes away eighths of a block. And then we come into here, this is detail mode. Once we got detail mode, we can right click on a block after unlocking it, and then you can press, once you got it detailed, you see these red squares. You can pretty much take these out, and what we can also do is if we also right click on this one, it'll also change this into one that we can use. But if we press L and we right click on one of these, it's not going to let us because it's only going to allow us to use it on this one. I don't think we can even use it on that one. Oh no, we can use it on this one. Oh, we can't use it on that one though. So we can use it on this one, which was the first one that we did. Basically, we can use this now to detail our blocks, and we can't actually hold shift for crouch when we do this. So that means it's going to be a little bit harder than I thought. Let's see if I have any scaffolding, which I'm going to call, which is going to be wood for now. So let's see if we can get over here. See, it's going to be a little bit hard to actually see what I'm actually doing. I gotta make sure I don't take away that block, so I gotta take that block. Basically, this is what I was doing over there. I'm just replicating it on this roof now. So, we see we need to take out that block. It's really, ow, hard to see what I'm actually doing right now unless I get on the block right there. It'll make it easier for me to actually see what I'm doing myself. So, oh, I need to actually get another block, and I'm going to die if I fall off this too many times. So we'll just come over here, grab another block, some more of these sequoia planks, only because I got a bunch of them. And we'll just use these as a way to get up and down now also, I guess. Got that. Come over here. As we see, we've actually chipped away at some of this already. And we just keep on doing this. And we can actually make other stuff. Besides, I keep on forgetting you can't crouch. Ooh, gotta make sure I don't actually take off too much, because if I take off too much I have to break the entire block and redo the entire thing again. So, and while I'm doing this, I'll just talk about some of the future stuff I'm planning for this series. Basically, TerraFirmaCraft is basically about survival and exploration. So, really, in terms of stuff that I can actually show around, there's not much to do, because there's a lot of off-camera work if I just stay in this place. Because basically, what's going to happen is, once I get my business bronze, it's just going to be same old thing, except for going into like an iron age, and then going into the other stages. It's just going to be a progression thing like that. So in order to make it not so boring like that, and only having like 20 episodes max, I would say that this series would be running if that's what actually happened. I've actually came up with an idea. I'm going to stay in this area for about uh, another year, I would say. So after this winter, I'm going to be stocking up on food and everything. I'm not going to be do much in terms of grinding out resources, I would say, just so I can get to the next tier of items. Basically, after next winter shows up, I should have a bunch of food from animals, from the crops I'm going to be growing, and because of that, if we check this, you can see our z coordinate. It's negative 12,352. That's basically a longitude system. We are 12,000 blocks away from the equator, which that means that this area is going to have really cold winters and stuff, and is going to have longer winters. Well, I was thinking, since crop seasons ain't gonna be that big, I was thinking about possibly moving closer to z equals 0, which is basically the equator. Going go out there, make a base and everything, and then after staying there for a while, thinking about maybe also heading like to positive. I have no idea how much, but also making a base towards where it's mostly going to be always winter, maybe, like that. Like how we have a North and South Pole here. I'm thinking there might be like a North Pole if I go way far in the north. But, and then what I'm going to be doing after that is I'm going to be try connecting all of the areas. I'm not sure if there's actually minecarts in here, but if there is, I'm going to be attempting to make a huge minecart track that's going to be connecting uh, basically this base to the base I'm going to be making at the equator to the base that's going to be by the North Pole, I guess you can call it. Well, that's at least what I'm going to call it. But yeah, I'm going to be doing that just so that it's not always boring and I'm not always in like the same area, because just me being in this area, it's not going to work out that well, because I mean there's like after a while there's going to be like nothing to do besides for the basic things like making or doing the basic things but doing them bigger, like making a bigger farm and making a bigger house with in a bigger livestock area, And oh my, it's actually starting. Oh wow, we are at temp. We're in the negatives now, so that means we're getting close to winter. And as we can already see, we have what looks like the lake is freezing, which isn't a good sign because that means, yes, we're in late autumn. And date dunks. I guess that might be a person that worked on this mods. So, and in the game it's his birthday, but not sure what day it is because it doesn't actually say. So yeah, that's what I was thinking. Instead of just staying here and like making like a bigger farm or bigger pen for animals and that stuff, I'm just going to move out of this area and then, well, not permanently move out of the area, but like move on to another area and then connecting these areas via railways if I can. That might also be kind of fun to do and watch because that means I'm going to be doing other stuff. I can't even speak while building, but as you can see, just that, what was it, like 7 minutes, and I've only not even, I've done one block. That's how much detail I'm I'm putting into this roof right now, and basically now I gotta unlock this just so I can start working on this area. And let's see if I can lock it now and not actually, yeah, and I can't actually work on this block now, I can only work on this block. But yeah, so that's actually my plan. And then I'm thinking about also like maybe certain biomes, if I like them, I'll build like a little base over there also, just so I can actually connect them. And I'm gonna have like a huge system of tracks, if that's even possible, which I believe it is. If I saw correctly, there are minecarts and there are uh, rails, so that should not be a problem. The problem is I'm going to have a huge food storage at each of the bases, most likely, just so that I'm not starving for food and then dying every time because um right now I don't even have a bed that I can actually use to save my spawn point. I'm just glad that my spawn point is actually over there for right now, but if I actually decide to start moving out and I die, that's going to be a huge loss. That's a bunch of time wasted just trying to get back to the area. It does kind of help though that I do have a minimap, so I'll know where I died and I can mark out places. But that's why I also want to at least spend another year in this area right now, just so that I can actually get the armor. I'll at least have bismuth bronze armor when I actually leave this area, which is going to be a big help. So that's plans for that, and we actually got one section of the we got one section of the roof completed, and it doesn't look like the charcoal pit is ready yet. I was actually kind of hoping that it would actually be ready by now, but it is smoking still, so that's a good sign that it's actually working now. And what I might want to do now, since this lake is actually freezing, it's not winter just yet, but it's still, whoops, saved a screenshot. It's still in the negative now. Before all of this water freezes, I need to actually get some water in these buckets, or not, in the barrels, just so that I have a storage of water during the winter when everything is frozen over. So to do that, I'm going to just need these planks. Basically, craft a bucket, we just do that. It's a wooden bucket. Oh, and I actually need to eat. And I also need to take a drink of water, which is really... do that. And basically all we do is we take this bucket. Okay. Maybe... Okay, there we go. I thought Minecraft... the water still works like normal Minecraft. It's just for some reason that was actually glitched out a little bit. All we do is we right click on here, I believe, and it shows us the interface. We can put the bucket of water in there, and we can store water like that. But I believe... oh man. Let's just break this piece of ice. Believe we can just shift click the water in there, and yeah, it'll fill it up. So basically we just take this and fill it up. Water in. Just do this. And we can also do other stuff with this bucket, like we can actually make leather for leather armor in here, because... oh, let's see, yes, now we got a filled up thing. And I'll probably do more off camera, but for now that will stay right there, and that'll be enough for now. And this charcoal pit still isn't ready. So, yeah, so that was basically my plan. I plan on moving north this way. I also plan on checking out this mountains anyway, so that's a good thing. I wanted to actually check those out. That looked like a cool place, but I'm probably actually not going to do what I said before and make a base up there, because it's pretty close to this area and it's really not going to do much. So yeah. And by doing what I just said, there'll be plenty of more episodes to actually do, and it'll actually be better for me, because staying in this one place would get boring for me anyways, and I would soon lose interest in the game and all. But right now I'm having a bunch of fun, which doing that also makes me not want to actually do all of this detail work on this roof. But I'm going to do it anyways, because I do plan on coming back here from time to time just to do stuff, like check out the area. And there's always going to be need for resources, so if I run out of like resources, or there isn't actually any resources that I can gather, that I can only gather here from the new area, it'll be nice coming back here and actually having an actual house that I can actually be protected from the mobs and everything. Because another system to this game is, the longer you stay in a certain area, the more protected it is from mobs, like less mobs will spawn. So staying in one area will decrease the mob rate over time, which is another reason why I want to move, because it's just gonna, if there's no mobs to fight, it's just gonna be again another thing, boring. So, and as you can see right now, I just worked through the entire night and I didn't see a single mob in this area whatsoever. And from the looks of it, our charcoal pit is done. As we can see, the dirt kind of collapsed and everything. Yep, and we actually got some little charcoal. Oh, and we also got logs. Which, okay, so now we just gotta dig all of this up. Oh, as we see, I gotta go one more layer in. We've got all of this charcoal, which is nice. This is going to last us probably for quite a bit, since I'm actually not going to be using the forge as much as I thought I was going to be. But this is still really nice, and it'll also let me have a stockpile of it for when I do move out. But as we can also see, it doesn't actually, some of the logs that we put in here did get lost from the burning, but that's no big deal. And basically, to get this charcoal, we just take a shovel and we get it. We got the charcoal. And that's what we can use. And it's turning night again, but as I said before, we don't actually have to worry about the mobs because they don't actually come out here at all. So, oh, we got a bunch of inventory crowdness. And that's going to be another problem. When I do move out, I have to figure out what I want to take and what to leave behind. And that's going to be pretty difficult because there are a bunch of stuff. And food is going to be a main priority. But we also don't want to just fill our inventory with just food, because then we'll have nothing else. So, but that's going to be for another episode, I believe. Next episode we'll actually finally be able to make the anvils and make the armor. And in the meantime, I'm going to be working on this roof a little bit more, see if I can get more get more of this done. And also I'm gonna have to get a bunch more of this basalt, because as we can see right here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, that was 12 blocks right there. I need to cover this entire roof, which is going to take a bunch of the rocks, and hopefully by next episode we will have this female actually give birth, and we wouldn't have to worry about food then. Because actually now, since our average temp is below freezing, all of the crops out there are now being uprooted, and they're despawn, or they're not despawning yet unless I load the chunks. But if I actually went out there now, I would probably just see a bunch of seeds lying on the ground, which isn't very helpful when I've only gotten, let's see, I've got 34 units of cabbage, I got 107 units of this winter berry, which I don't have a knife on me to cut off the decay. I had green beans, and I had another, oh, okay, I got blackberries, which is only 6 units. I did also have, oh, there it is, green beans. Got 11 ounces of that. So that means our food is now starting to really dwindle. Oh, and it looks like over here on the mini-map, it looks like snow. Yes, it looks like this area actually... Oh, no. This is actually salt water. Basically, salt water, when it freezes, it actually turns into this white ice instead of the this blue ice from there. So yes, we are now starting to actually get into winter. Everything's starting to freeze, and I'm just praying, praying that these pigs are going to give birth soon. And we have our first zombie. Oh, too bad I have a sword now. They die pretty easily now that I actually have this sword. But actually they might actually be able to come over here now, because I think what was happening was this water, it might have been blocking them off, because over there it's really dark. So they must have not path found to me because of the water here, who knows. But now that the water is frozen, they'll have a easier time getting to me. So on that note, I will have to end the episode here. I will finish uncovering the charcoal pit, do a little bit of work on the roof, and for next episode we'll be mainly focusing on the anvil and armor. So I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye.